Hi everyone, welcome to the Keys. This is Miracle Lesson, and in today's lesson, based on request, we'll be learning how to save settings in our Yamaha E series. One of the importance of saving your settings is this: you don't have to delay. So let's say that you're starting to sing a song, then you now begin to find the voice you want to use for that song, the dual function, the dual volume, the split, many of these settings, and you're spending the whole time. In fact, it's even easier on small keyboards. Let's say you're dealing with bigger keyboard, you spend much time setting, activating your favorite settings. So to reduce this delay, as a professional, you're starting, you don't have to put, create that delay. It scatters the whole thing. So in today's lesson, we'll be learning how to save our settings in the bank, not not First Bank, not Stanbic, Yamaha Memory Bank. So let me show you an example of what I did. So on my keyboard here, if it's time, the way I saved my, when it's time for African praise, Nigeria praise, I will just go to number one, and it will show register one, and this is my setting. It activates all my function. It instantly activates. You can see the split is activated, dual is activated, my voice is just guitar, and there are other settings that I did on the ground. Okay, so by just pressing this one button, because I've saved my settings here, I can begin to play praise instantly. You see, so with just a touch, just one button, I'm good to go. But if you don't have the settings saved, you can spend much time, spoiling the song. You'll be the the vessel the devil will be using that day to this to scatter the choir's ministration that day. So let's say we are done with African praise, and it's time to go to worship. I will just go here and press number two, because I saved my worship settings to number two. So when you press number two, it will show this. Then I can just start. Okay, very easy. So if your settings are not saved, so after the African praise section, you will see yourself trying to find, many settings that you like, and that will suit the kind of song they're singing. So is to be frank, it's so unprofessional. It's so unprofessional. So it's a good thing to have your settings saved. So how do we save our settings? Good. So it's very easy. It's not difficult at all. So let's say I have. So let's say it's time for African praise, and I've chosen my settings, but I want to save it. So what you do, you go to the bank side. So if I want to save it to number one, I will hold the bank. While I was still holding it, I will press number one. Then I'm saving this current setting to number one. If I want to save another settings to number two, I will hold the bank button down and press number two at the same time. I will not leave this one. I will hold it before I press this. If I want to, let's say I have my settings for, so let's say number one is African praise, number two is worship, then number three, let's say I want to put reggae, settings there. So you just hold your bank and press number three. If it's number four, the same thing, hold your bank and press number four. So let's say I've saved this. So let's see how I want it to show. So I've chosen my settings to be this. So when you hold the bank and you press number one, it will write this memory. Okay. Then boom, I have saved my setting here. So let me off the keyboard and on it again. So let's say it's time for praise and worship, and so the keyboard is on, and the dual as a dual. The default voice is always grand piano. So it's time for African praise. I'll just press my number one. Boom. So you see, so it's time for worship. Press number two. Boom. So saving your settings in the back saves you from a lot of stress and it makes you look smart. You do your thing smart and professional. Because to be frank, I've seen guys that spend 5 minutes. Sometimes I used to ask myself, what are these guys setting? Are you setting your destiny? Set the thing and play it. Start along with them, so it makes everything go smooth. So I hope this help the person that asked the question and others are also watching. So see you guys soon in the next video.